Once upon a time.
What? Please! Don't worry. This won't hurt a bit.
Hello? Anyone in?
These buildings look abandoned.
Everywhere's shut. And I could have treated you to some candy floss or enjoyed some rock.
How could we enjoy a rock?
Excuse me?
Halt! Who goes there?
A policeman.
P.C. Andrews. Ellis Andrews.
We saw the paper of news.
Were the other deaths of equal ferocity?
Doctor, stop! I thought I saw someone in the shadows. They were watching us. They looked strange.
For such vain creatures, they are suspicious. I enjoy eviscerating them.
Night-night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs... What?
Okay, so then welcome back everyone to another Big Finish review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the third story from the third series of the Fourth Doctor Adventures, and that is The Crooked Man. Now, before I get started on that, I'd just like to say that the trailer for Dark Eyes 3 has come out. I've just finished listening to it, and it is very good. I think, you know, so if you want to check that out, that's on the Big Finish website, and I sincerely recommend you do. And anyway, now moving on from that, we have The Crooked Man. Now, it's a fun story. I mean, it's not really as heavy as the previous two on the relationship between the Doctor and Leela. It doesn't really continue on that thread as much. It does have a bit of stuff going on between them, but it's more the comedy routine. It's a lot more like it is in the TV series. And that's not a bad thing at all. So, yeah, it kind of like, it's more standalone than those two are. But anyway, the story itself is quite a scary one. Despite having a lot of fun and comedy, that's mainly to offset the scares that it's also got going on there, especially with The Crooked Man. I mean, you do have some quite brutal deaths, and it is on audio, but nevertheless, it pushes the actors to portray the horror more of kind of like their characters' deaths and whatnot and other things. And I think they really do. It really is blood curdling in places. See, and I don't want to go too in depth because that would probably spoil a lot of it. But it's definitely, it's gone further than they would have been able to in the TV series, not just for special effects reasons, but also for children's reasons. And in audio, you can go a bit further with those types of things. And apparently, the writer John Dorney, I think they had to kind of like ask him to tone it down a bit because it was going to be too scary if he kept the script original. So yeah, that's an interesting thing to note. Now, it does link back into the mind robber in the land of fiction a bit, I think. Now, I don't want to, I'm not going to go too in depth into that either, because that's quite a heavy spoiler, but it's not the same type of story whatsoever. It's a very different type of story, but it does link into that, and that's nice. So yeah, so if you enjoyed The Mind Robber, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to enjoy this story. I didn't enjoy The Mind Robber a lot. I think it's an overrated story. But nevertheless, you know, I think here, it's better for me, I think, than The Mind Robber. It's not kind of like stretching too much into fantasy and it's more of a horror route, really, than the fantasy route that they went for in The Mind Robber. So yeah, there's that. Now the comedy routine between Tom Baker and Louise Jameson does come out with some good stuff. You know, Leela's literal-minded character can be very funny, and that's part of the reason I like her. And we finally get the question asked that needed to be asked, really. why does Tom Baker wear such a long scarf if he's always running around? And yeah, that's just a funny thing that happens in this between the Doctor and Leela. And yeah, you do get quite a few moments like that, which are quite good. So yeah, now the additional characters, they're quite good, especially the character that Sarah Smart plays. I think Sarah Smart plays her. I've completely forgotten the name of the character, but she's basically the mother of the baby in this, and it's just kind of like a very real role, really. And I think she's the emotional heart of the story. So yeah, and the Crooked Man is, as I said before, terrifying. This is not for the faint-hearted, I don't think. This is quite a scary audio, really. And me, being me, decided to listen to it in at 12 o'clock at night in a dark room. Yeah, just before I went to bed. So yeah, there's that in there as well. But nevertheless, it is an enjoyable story, I think, and I would recommend it. It's much more standalone than the others, as I said before. So yeah, now that's the Crooked Man done. So next week we'll be doing the evil one, which features the Master. So yeah, that's interesting. And apparently it's going to answer some questions about Leela's dad, and that's brought up very for a very short while in this. It's just really glanced over in this, but it's a nice foreshadowing of the next story, and it's a question that needs to be answered. And in here it also says why she does not overly bothered, but yeah, yeah, it is a big hit, emotional punch to her, but nevertheless, I think I'll go more in depth with that next week. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everyone.